RFK pulls $500 million in vaccine funding. These are your daily tags. Yesterday, the Department of Health and Human Services announced that they will be canceling 22 projects and contracts that total up to a total of $500 million. All 22 were projects that developed vaccines using mRNA technology. Secretary Kennedy said that these cuts will, quote, replace the troubled mRNA programs. We're prioritizing the development of safer, broader vaccine strategies like whole virus vaccines and novel platforms that don't collapse when the virus mutates. Critics of the decision say that mRNA vaccines are some of the most novel developments in recent history. The technology was developed to help stop the COVID-19 pandemic. mRNA gives us the opportunity to develop vaccines rapidly in times of crisis. Without the help of mRNA vaccines, future pandemics will be more difficult to stop. The AP interviewed 2 experts on the matter. Mike Ulsterholm, who works at the University of Michigan and is an infectious disease expert, had this to say, quote, I don't think I've seen a more dangerous decision in public health in my 50 years in the business. Paul Offit, a vaccine expert at the Children's Hospital in Philadelphia, said, quote, it certainly saved millions of lives regarding the mRNA vaccines. Kennedy also had this to say, quote, let me be absolutely clear, HHS supports safe, effective vaccines for every American who wants them. He also said that the department is working on a, quote, universal vaccine that would mimic, quote, natural immunity. Now, if there is some sort of panacea for all things that ail us that can be done in one vaccine, great. But that development is still far off and it feels like it's too good to be true. I'm no vaccine expert, but I can also tell you that there's no ubiquitous antibody to any of these diseases. Speaking holistically, it appears that HHS is trying to cut off all of these diseases at the root. But the reason why we need new vaccines every year is because the viruses continue to mutate. And HHS is signaling that they want to try and eradicate these diseases wholesale, which seems like an impossible task. And is entirely why mRNA vaccines are so important and transformatory. They allow us to respond quickly. Think of all the different COVID-19 variants that we've seen in the past 6 years. mRNA development allows us to get out in front of these different mutations. And pulling a $500 million worth of funding from their development isn't going to help people. Granted, if HHS can develop this panaceic vaccine, fantastic. If the efficacy bodes true and it's safe for people to use, again, that's great. But for now, it's hard to understand the logic behind how they're going to go about doing that. And the halting in vaccine development that could save lives now could have real-world consequences.